I have here on my table a whiskey that I have been wanting to try for quite some time. It's about 2 or 3 years ago when people were making videos about this whiskey and saying that it was really good. Now, I couldn't get it in my area, it was just not available, even though there were other things available from this distillery. And now it says here on the box, it says travel retail exclusive. Well, that explains something. That explains why I couldn't get it here. This is the Amrut Intermediate Sherry Indian whiskey. And I have heard of this. It probably explains somewhere on here what intermediate sherry means, but this is a fancy box. Look at this. And then the whiskey comes right out. Maybe, maybe not. What is holding it back? Is it just tight? Or is this supposed to... Weird. Oh, you just gotta grab it good and tight. And here's our Amrut Intermediate Sherry. And it says a bunch of stuff on the back and it says a bunch of stuff on the box. First, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a dram of this stuff. And then I'm going to read what it says. What's the story here? How is this supposed to open up? Is there some kind of a pull tab somewhere? I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it. Okay, there it is. There it is. The thing was, the cap was all wrinkled, and it's a little dark in here. So I needed the light to see where the little triangular shaped thing was. Oh, that does open easily. I can already smell the sherry from here. There, that's a good sized dram. I would even say quig sized dram. Well, let's see, what does it say here? Oh, it's hard to read. It is brass colored on dark brown. A unique style of maturation with ex-bourbon, Oloroso sherry butts, and again ex-bourbon casks. So that's where the intermediate part comes from. Reveals moist cake, freshly waxed oak, flour, juicy sultana and spices. There is also a hint of licorice, orangey, citrus, and honeycomb. We are sure this will enchant your senses. Okay, and it has some other stuff on here saying there's a serial number or something, bottle number. It's hard to read, it's very small. Batch number 12, March 2020. That's one thing I like about Indian whiskey, that they have to have on there the date. Distilled, matured, and bottled in the excise bonded warehouse by something Ltd, something something Bangalore. Product of India. Okay, 75 mils, 750 mils. Maybe it's easier to read what's on the box. On the box. Amrut Indian single malt whiskey, intermediate sherry, travel retail exclusive. Batch number, manufacturing date. Okay, that's all on the bottle. For details, visit www.amrutdistilleries.com. amrutwhiskey.co.uk. Distilled, matured, bottled by Amrut Distilleries Pvt Ltd in R. Jagdale Group, Kambapura, Bangalore, India. And here it says, unique style of maturation, ex-bourbon, bourbon casks, reveals moist. Okay, the same thing it says here is on the bottle, and it's easier to read. What do you know? This is a fancy box. Nice fancy box with a magnet. And it would be a welcome addition to any wall. Okay. I think I'm going to cleanse my palate just slightly from the last thing that I had. The last thing that I had is the whiskey that will be the upcoming Sample Sunday whiskey. But I'm not going to disclose what it is now, because that would be like, that would ruin the surprise of what you're going to see on Sunday. This is not cooperating. My oat cake is doing a great job of falling apart. I just want to get rid of the taste of the upcoming Sample Sunday. It's not a bad taste at all. It just may be very different from this one. So I like to approach this with a very clean palate. I think it says the ABV also. Yes, 46% alcohol by volume. And here's the important part. Here's the part that I wanted to get to before. What did it cost me? Here we are. Amrut Intermediate Sherry Cask Single Malt Whiskey. (57.1% alcohol by volume. Shut up. Really? Oh my goodness. Is that right? It says 57.1 on there, and on here it says 46, which is correct. I'm going to go with 46 because that's what's on the box rather than what's in the... Yeah, it says 46 on here too, so they made a mistake. There is no 57.1%. Anyway, it's $109.99. So $109.99 and 5% of 110, that would be $5.50, goods and services tax. So $115.49. Yeah, $115.49, plus then the shipping is another $10. That's $125. $125.54, and another $125.54. And was there any insurance? $125.54, $129.54, $130.03. That's what this bottle cost to get to my door. $130.03. That's a little much. So this better be good. But then there's always that thing where you really want to try something bad enough that it doesn't really matter what it costs. You all probably know by now that there is no age statement on this, for a reason that because of the heat in a country like India, the whiskey will mature at a much faster rate than in a climate like that of Scotland or Canada. Oh, we got some legs happening here. And then there's a slow sheeting action and secondaries as well. Wow. A lot of leg action here. This is viscous. This is a viscous piece. So now let's go back to our where we are. And we've been recording already for 11 minutes. Wow. Now I'm starting to nose it. It's rich. It doesn't say which sherry. It doesn't say if it's Pedro Jimenez or Oloroso or Fino or what. But I'm getting fruitiness. I'm also getting quite a lot of vanilla and caramel. And the vanilla and caramel obviously is coming from the ex-bourbon before and after the sherry. And the sherry in between is giving me fruits, sultanas, raisins, kind of, yeah, a lot of sultanas and raisins. And then, of course, yeah, it smells great. Rich and fruity and malty and vanilla-y and caramel-y. And once again, the sultanas and raisins. What did they say? Moist cake. I don't know about that. Freshly waxed oak floor. Okay, I suppose I could stretch to that. Sultana and spices. Not getting the spices on the nose. Maybe a little bit. The spices are subtle. But the sherry cask influence, the cask influence of both the sherry and the bourbon are prevalent. Let's give it a taste. Oh, this is very nice. It still smells delicious. Yeah. sultanas, yeah. Spices. A little bit malty. There's a little bit of an alcohol sting just in my nose. When I take a sip, though, it's also kind of hazy, so I'm pretty sure it's not chill filtered. Kind of hazy here too. See that? Kind of hazy. Legs on the glass. Fruity on my mouth. Raisin sultanas. Yeah, now I'm getting the spice a little bit. What else did they say? Orange citrus. Yeah. I'm not getting the honeycomb, but I'm getting the orange citrus. Hint of licorice. Yeah. Either it's the power of suggestion or I'm detecting it. Now, I'm going to go in for the finish. The finish is fruity, spicy. Yeah, there is a hint of licorice there. It's nice. It's very pleasant. Very, very pleasant, very well rounded. Mouth-watering like I'll get out. A very pleasant sipper, this. Very, very pleasant. I like it. Well, what can I say but cheers?
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.